On behalf of the Agape International Spiritual Center and Reverend Michael and all of the ministers and practitioners there, of which I am one, I welcome you and greet you in the spirit of love. And thank you for being here at the OC Soul Center, where we do soul surgery every Sunday, right? I love it. The topic today is what? What's the topic? Letting go and living in the let go. Yep, I came up with that really quickly. What I want to say, first of all, though, is context is very important in how we live our life and what we see happening in our lives. In the proper context, we can see everything clearly. Some people are saying this is the best of times, and others are saying this is the worst of times. It's been written by somebody said that. And it's true, because some of us are experiencing great abundance and prosperity and wonderful relationships and creative opportunities that we imagined would happen, and we're actually experiencing them. And then there are others of us who are experiencing great devastation, loss of homes, loss of life, let's just say. All the things that were important to them. So we have the best and the worst. We have the black and the white. We have the socket and what goes into the socket. We have extreme polarities right here in this dimension. So as I was driving in this morning, I was imagining what the Creator thinks about this. And what came back to me is the Creator doesn't think anything about this. The Creator is expressing itself, and we are that creation. So I invite you right now to just take a breath. As Will reminded us, let's breathe. As the congregational song reminded us. Love is here, love enters here, breathe and take it everywhere. So I want you to imagine the unknowable Creator, formless, nameless intelligence, contemplating itself, and then saying, I want to see myself in form. And all that came out of that, let there be light, the vibration of creation came forth. So in truth, when we came forth as light and as vibratory beings. So we live in vibration. So whatever I'm thinking, feeling for myself, whatever I cocoon myself in my feelings and my knowledge, that becomes my experience. Would you agree?
Yes.
So we're in agreement that there's one life, infinite Creator, one mind, we're a part of it. One mind, one life, that's enough. One love, and we are that. So I'm describing what we already know, and out of that, our life has become. So, when we think about the best of times, or the worst of times, we have to put it in the proper context. We've come here many years ago to express the fullness of divine potential within us. That unknown, unnamed God presence came forth as itself, revealed itself as us, and we're experiencing this life. Let's say that. We're experiencing this life for God. God gets to experience physicality, gets to experience what we call prosperity and abundance, health and wellness, and the opposite. God gets to have that experience, but it's only an experience. And when that scroll is rolled up at the end of our cosmic day, we go back to that eternal, internal source that God is. Never harmed, never endangered, all of that. God is real in itself, moved upon itself vibrationally, and created us, and here we are. Best of times, worst of times, I don't know. For us, it's the best of times in this moment, because we know spiritual principle and spiritual law. What we think, what we feel, manifests. So when we look at the world today with everything that's going on, from earthquakes and floods and political upheaval and how should I say this? The changing of the narrative of protest, which is really just standing up for what is true. No one's protesting anything. People are standing up for something. Yeah. So when that narrative gets changed, we all get confused and bamboozled. So here today, Sunday, at the Soul Center, we're not going to be bamboozled. We're going to go back to the beginning. Who are we really? Where do we really come from? What are we really about? And then we're going to let go. We're going to let go of the lower vibrations that we carried that brought us here. We're going to let go of our prejudice. We're going to let go of our self-judgment, our self flagellation, as it were, our judgments of others, because none of that stuff is true. If we go back to the beginning and really see and really feel through our spiritual practice, our meditation, our forgiveness work, if we really do the work of a spiritual aspirant, then there are no best of times and worst of times. There's only the revelation and the experience and the expression of God uniquely as us and uniquely as the body of people who represent that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that is what we're about here today. Living in the let go. What does that look like? What does the living in the let go look like to you? Take a moment and think about it. For me, it means answering the call. Answering the call of my higher self. That when Jessica calls and says, would you come speak at Agape 3 months ago? I could have said, no, I'm not ready. I have to prepare myself. I need to study more. I need to do thus and so. But no, living in the let go, allowing and letting God express through me, I said, yes, why not? Why not share my heart? Why not share my walk? That's letting go of any judgment I may have of myself, any comparison I may have of some other speaker who might speak better or have a different anything. Let go. Raise my vibration. That's all I have to do. I don't have to work with the stuff. I don't have to look into my family history and research my story and forgive it all and understand why they did what they did, why I did what I did. No. Let me look at the truth of being. If I'm a vibratory being and everything is vibration, that's a good clue. All I have to do is change my vibration. And then the stuff I was holding on to or bound by or unforgiven has just disappeared. Like the rapture. You look and it's not there. It's just music. The symphony of life playing itself out. What note am I playing? I have to honor my own particular note and allow that to express itself. Then there's nothing to let go of. I'm too busy letting Spirit express its uniqueness. There's nothing to let go of. It's like in the Bible when it says, get thee behind me, to the crazy thoughts, to Satan, to whatever you want to call negativity and ignorance and darkness. When we turn our back to it, where is it? Nowhere. The only reason it's there is because we are attending to it. Like I said in the meditation, thank you for allowing me to remind people, where's your attention? Where is your attention? Is your attention on the God presence within you? Is your attention on spiritual principle and spiritual law that you're responsible for? Or is it on the negative?